folks, Heath Myers here, agent of change from heathmyers.com. And today what I want to talk to you about is how to get crystal clear about what you really want in business and life. And we're also going to have a little bit of a chat about why it's so important for you to really know what you want and be clear on it. So a big problem that a lot of my clients come to me with, in fact it's something that surfaces in the very first conversation I have with most people, is that they actually don't really know what they want to achieve in business and life. And this is the block, right? And how it actually manifests for them is that, life might be going okay, business might be going okay, but something's missing. Life doesn't feel fulfilling, it doesn't feel rewarding. They find themselves procrastinating, doubting themselves, lacking the confidence to take the steps forward that they want to take. And all of this uncertainty and all of this lack of clarity is actually what the problem is. It all stems from not being clear on really what you want. So in the first conversation I generally have with people, where it generally starts is with me saying to them, well, what sort of results do you want for yourself? And the very first thing that people do is they explain to me what their problem is, right? Everybody knows their problem super well. So what we're going to talk about is how to get out of that problem consciousness and to get clear about what it is that you want so that you can start going for it. So everybody knows their problem, everyone knows their problem super well. And generally what I say to them then at that point is, well, look, you've given me a good picture of where you are, but where is it that you want to be? And the next thing that 90% of people say to me is, well, I don't really know, Heath. I don't really know what it is that I want. And that's the problem. See, we know our problems super well. We know our problems inside out, and that's the problem, is that we live our problem. We think about our problem, we see our problem, we are attached to our problem, we get juice from our problem on some level. And as a result, we just get locked into a problem state. We get locked into problem consciousness. It's all we see, it's all we think, it's all we know. And the thing is that if you want to get out of the problem and into the solution, then you need to move into a solution consciousness. And the only way to do that is to get really clear about what it is that you want for yourself, So I'm going to give you some tips, a few tips right now to help you get really clear about what you want in business and life. The first thing is you need to consider what it is that you want for yourself through a few different lenses. You need to consider how it is that you will be thinking or you want to be thinking when your business and life is performing on the level that you want it to. You need to be thinking about, well, what kind of thoughts do I need to be thinking? What kind of thought patterns do I want to be having? What kind of mindset do I want to have? What kind of things do I want to say to myself, or will I be saying to myself when business and life is humming at the level that I want it to be? The next thing is you need to look at it through the lens of what you feel, how you want to be feeling. So if your business and life was progressing at the level you're really happy with, how would you be feeling? Would you be feeling more connected in the world? Would you be feeling more confident in the world? Would you be feeling more motivated? Would you be feeling more empowered? Would you be feeling a greater sense of unity and love? Would you be loving yourself more? Right? What are the kind of emotions and feelings, the emotional range and state range and feeling range that you will be accessing when life is humming at the level that you really want it to be? And the next thing you need to think about is the next lens you need to look at it through is how will you be acting? So what kind of actions will you be taking? What kind of behaviors will you have when you're really happy with your business and your life, when it's humming at the level that you really want it to be? What kind of things will you be doing? Specific things, all right? And this is a really good place to start. But then we actually need to start attaching that to metrics, right? We need to take the next step beyond that. We need to start attaching that to very specific, concrete, tangible things that you can achieve, right? So for instance, if the results that you're looking for in your business, if you were thinking and feeling and acting in these ways, what kind of result do you want that to mirror in your business? Do you want to double your turnover? Do you want to increase the size of your business, increase the size of your team? Do you want to launch your business earlier? Do you want to transition from a career that's not fulfilling you to a business that will fulfill you? And in what kind of time period do you want to make that transition? Will you be working less? What kind of products and services will you be offering to the world, right? Think about all the specific things that need to be happening, tangible metrics, outcomes, results that need to be happening in your business, and list them all off. And then from a perspective of life, right? If you were living the lifestyle that you wanted to, what would be happening? What would your work-life balance be? How many hours a week would you be working? How many hours a week would you not be working? How much time would you be spending with your family, with your friends? What kind of things would you be doing? You know, your hobbies, recreation. What kind of things would you be learning? Would you be applying yourself to? Would you be experiencing, right? Very specifically. And it's like you have to do this future pace, right? You need to look at it through the lens of what am I going to be thinking, feeling, and acting. And if I zoom forward to say 6 to 12 months from now, what will that look like in my business and my life? And that's what you need to list off, and that's what you need to get really clear on. Because now what we're doing is we're moving out of the consciousness of the problem and we're moving into the consciousness of the solution, and more specifically the result. And the more you think about the result, the more you focus on the result, the more you focus on what you want, the clearer and the more specific it becomes about what you really want. And you start to give that your focus in life. See, the thing is, until your unconscious mind, aided by your higher consciousness, aligned with your conscious mind, until those three elements of your being have very specific coordinates to focus on, it's very difficult for you to use this wonderful creation machine that you have, right? Your body, your mind, your brain, right? Your heart. All of these things, aspects of our being, anchored, hardwired into our neurology, need coordinates. They need us, through our free will, or at least the experience of it, to make it very freaking clear about what it is that we want. You know, I believe that often we have to surrender over it and let go of our result in order to create what we want. And that's kind of like handing the how over to the universe, and I'm totally down with that. But I actually believe that our job is to design that. And all the time you're not clear on what it is that you want to achieve in business and life, very specific metrics, and you haven't got that into the format of what that thinks and feels and acts like for you, it's very difficult for you to start living the design, your life by your design. And that's what feeds into, that's what's creating the lack of confidence, that's what's creating the self-doubt, that's what's creating the procrastination, the uncertainty, the lack of commitment, the inability to move forward with volition and conviction on the things that are really important to you and that you love more than anything in this world. Because I can assure you, once you have that, then the ultimate outcome that we all want is fulfillment and meaning and reward and love and connection and authenticity and genuinely living ourselves to the best of our ability, making a difference in our own lives and the lives of others. These are all the things that we all freaking want. But if we want that outcome, then we need to design the step that takes place to create it, right? And we need to focus on the result, because ultimately that result ends up being your remedy for coming out of your problem and into your ultimate outcome of fulfillment, meaning, purpose, abundance, a greater level of connection in the world. And another thing that you can look at it through is like break it down into the elements of our value system. You know, like, what do you want in wealth? What do you want to create in wealth? What does health and well-being look like to you? What does status look like to you in your work? What does your career, your status and your progression in your career look like? What do meaningful relationships look like? What, if you had purpose and direction, what would that be? What would that look like to you? If you had greater knowledge, what kind of knowledge would you want? If you were experiencing greater fulfillment and joy, what would need to happen in order for you to have that? And perhaps for you, it's about legacy, you know, generational wealth, making an impact on this planet. Well, if you look at it through those terms as well, it starts to give you even more scope to play with in creating the life of your design. And it's all just about getting really freaking clear about what it is that you really want, and then just fucking go for it. Simple as that. So if you'd like some help on getting really clear about what it is that you really want in business and life, it's as simple as just typing in the comment box below, let's chat, and I'll be in touch over Messenger to start having a chat with you to see if and how I can help you to get really clear on what you want so you can start living the life that you desire. If you're watching this on heathmyers.com, it's as simple as just clicking the button below and booking yourself in for a 10-minute chat. It's been really good sharing with you. Hopefully you found this really useful. If you have and you've enjoyed this, I'd love it if you could like, share, comment below. And as I said, if you want to catch up for a chat to see if and how I can help you, just write "let's chat" in the comment box below. My name's Heath Myers, Agent of Change. I look forward to catching up with you really soon. All the best and bye for now.